Hi, hello. Welcome to Devon Monk's Works and Worlds. We are on Monday, Monk 25. That's half of 50. That feels like a pretty good progression of Monday Monks. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you stopping by. Hit the little thumbs like button if you enjoy what you're seeing. I will say my eye is watering. I got dust in it when I was cleaning today. So I hope it's not too distracting. And now that I pointed it out, of course, that's all you're going to be looking at. Look at something else. There's a bird picture behind me. Okay, so I'm just going to dig right in. I usually cover writing, knitting, and what else is going on in Monk World. So we're going to start with writing. Writing is going well. Thank you. I am still working on that side project and enjoying it. It keeps kind of morphing out of my reach. You've heard me say this over the weeks. I keep thinking it's going to be one thing, and then it sort of shifts, and it might be something else. And so I'm just about at the point where I'm just going to give up and let it be whatever it is and see what it turns out being at the end of it. Because this is just a side project, it's just something that I want to do. It isn't, I don't know when I'm going to actually put it out there for other people to see. It's okay for it to go through this sort of amorphous blob state. But at the end of this week, I will be switching over to writing Wayward Skies, which is book 3 in the Souls of the Road series. Okay. Other writing news. This is pretty cool news, so thank you for listening this far in. Death and Relaxation, which is book 1, it's a series starter of the Ordinary Magic series, is on sale this week. It is on sale digitally, just the digital version, for $1.99 at it'll be on sale from today, Monday, the 20, what day is today? Whatever today is, to August 1st. So if you haven't tried it, if you want to download it and get a copy of it for pretty cheap, $1.99, it's on sale. And please, please tune into my newsletter this month. If you haven't signed up, sign up soon, because it's going to go out on the 27th, which is that Wednesday? Yeah, so it's going out really soon. But in my newsletter, there's a new knit toy, which I will show you because I haven't finished, and I will reveal it here. There's a new knit toy, but also I am sharing a book deal from a fellow author that is on sale and really cool, and I want you to check out her stuff. She is being kind and also sharing my books in her newsletter, and we're hoping that our readers will enjoy each other's work. So that's going to happen in my newsletter. I always put friends' books down in my newsletter. It's usually the last part, and you can click through to find the actual links to those books. But I'm going to prominently display her book. So please do check out my newsletter. Okay, so that's enough about writing. Who cares? You didn't come here because you care about me banging away at a side project. You came here to see the knitting, didn't you? I know. I see you. I see you want the knitting. Okay. I shared a little bit of the knitting last week because it's not my pattern. It's somebody else's pattern. And the foot was just so brilliant. Like every once in a while, a knitting designer, a toy designer blows my mind. Well, not just toys, other knitting designers too, but a knitting designer of toys will blow my mind with their construction of the toy. And I just thought she did such great feat on this toy that I had to share the foot when I got the foot done. But now I've done the whole thing. And I'm going to warn you, I do cute toys. Like that's just kind of, I like to make cute toys. I think they're fun. I think they're funny. I have done a few kind of funky, less cute toys. I did a sock monkey zombie once, cup holder, which I love that wicked thing. It looks like a zombie monkey. I mean, should I explain it more? It looks like a zombie monkey. And I kind of feel like I should do some more of that. I guess I also did a zombie hat with a traffic cone on its head from Plants vs. Zombies. I'll have to put it on camera sometime so you can see it. So I have done less cute toys. So this guy is not, I don't know, it's kind of bordering that line of cute and monstery. And when I look for patterns, I'll put in search terms and stuff like that. But this one did not, I know I'm making the reveal take forever, aren't I? What a tease. Hang on, I'll get there. This one didn't have a name that I ever would have looked for a toy under because it's an old, is it a rhyme or is it a patty cake thing or something? It's kind of vaguely familiar to me, but I don't think I've ever used it. Anyway, it's a saying that is, the first is the worst, second is best, third is the one with a hairy chest. Have you ever heard that? Let me know in comments if what is that? Is that a? I'm pretty good at nursery rhymes and stuff. I'm not sure what that comes from. So anyway, whatever that comes from, if you know, please let me know. I do think that there was a different one that we said when I was a kid, but it's not coming to me. Anyways, so this designer did toys where the first was the worst, and that's what it's called, and the second is the best, and that's what that toy's called, and the third is the one with the hairy chest. I had to knit the hairy chest one, and I almost backed out of doing the full on hairy chest because I thought this is really Devon. This is what you're gonna give away to somebody, and I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, all the rest of my brain is like, yes, do it. So I did it. So it's a monster, and its name is Third. Or if you are the winner, you can name it something else. But Third is the one with the hairy chest. You ready to see Third with his hairy chest? I got to tell you, there was fun fur involved, and I do not like. There is no fun in fun fur. I don't know why they named that yarn fun fur, because I assure you, I have zero fun working with that yarn, but I will use it occasionally because it's so good for toys for specific things. And it's really good for this toy for this specific thing. So are you ready? I'll stop making this take forever. Okay, let's see if I can get him on camera. Ready? I'm going to show him up by me first. Here he is. Third is the one with the hairy chest. Okay, so the thing about this toy, this one is very hard to show on camera. I'm sorry. This thing cracks me up. Look at that face. One little tooth. Okay. I'm sorry. I had so much fun doing this guy. Okay, so here's Third with his hairy chest, and he's got a pretty good backside. Well, nice little. He does squats, obviously. He's got a little bum. Okay, we're gonna break him down into parts. First, here's his face, and he has a lip here that's a nice sturdy chin. One tooth, as I said. Apparently he only has one. His hair. This is part of the fun fur situation. These are spikes. So he has these little furry spikes on his head, each spike, and then his little, his fringe on the front, his little doo-wop there. Okay. The next thing that I want to show you on him is, of course, the hairy chest. Look at that slick, furry, soft, delicious hairy chest. Rainbow color, of course, to go with his hair. Okay, and I already showed you the great feet. These are just fantastic looking feet. They've got a really good heel, really good toes, even giant freaking hand in the way. Really good arch on the foot. So great, terrific designed feet. But these knuckles, look at these hands. Look at these big monkey hands. Whoops, sorry, I have a hard time with this, figuring out which way to do it for the camera. Okay, let me just make it normal here. Okay, see his curved knuckles on his fingers? See this? So his whole hand are these three big monkey fingers. Over here too, big monkey fingers with naturally curved knuckles. And what's great, I don't know that I can even, he stands all on his own. Like, you can prop him with his little, here, let me, not keeping up with me. Okay, I have a random book up here. It's Wayward Moon, right? Yeah, Wayward Moon. Okay, so I'm going to stand him on it. Hold on. I don't know why I feel like you need to see this. I guess it's just because it tickles me. Okay. So this guy, he stands all by himself. See this? He's just this big monkey. Okay, so Third is going to be given away in the newsletter, and I hope whoever gets him enjoys him, because he is a monster. He kind of is a monkey, but he's sort of a monster. More monster than monkey. He has big monkey energy, but he is a monster. So anyway, would I knit this pattern again? Yes. Don't get me wrong, it has some really fiddly bits that were difficult. But come on, for that face and those big knuckles and those toes. Yeah, I'd knit this guy again. Okay, say goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, enough of the monkey. I'm going to tell you who the pattern designer is. It is Watt Solak Designs. That's spelled Wattsolak. Watt Solak Designs. And she does a lot of really fun stuff. She has a very cute kind of sense of humor with all of the stuff that she designs. She does fingerless gloves and scarves and all sorts of things and toys. And I love her third. I just think he's adorable. Okay, so I only have a few minutes left because I have been running long on some of these last few, and I want to not take up too much of your time. So the last thing I'll talk about is how are things going in Monk World? Well, this is really exciting because yesterday, Sunday, we had okay, so I should back up. The house that we live in has only had 3 owners. It's had the original person 4 owners, I guess. The original person who had the house before it was a house and it was just a barn. Yes, our house is an old barn. It was a barn that it was relatively new when they got it, and the original owners of the barn sold it to the person who turned it into a house. And the barn was relatively new when the person who turned it into a house bought it and put it on the property, and then turned it into a house, did additions onto it to turn it into a house. But the structure of our house is a barn. It's a barn. We didn't know that. Well, okay, let me go back again. So the original owner built it, and then I think it was leased out or rented out, maybe, I'm not sure. But then my parents bought it, and then my husband and I bought it from my parents. So this house has only had, if you count when it was a barn, it's only had 4 owners. We love it. It's weird and quirky, and the corners are not straight, and it's old, and it's, oh my gosh, y'all, it's lath and plaster, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with that, but that's a whole different kind of, how do you keep your walls from getting holes in them, and how do you repair them and stuff. But it's always been kind of a DIY house. Like, I don't know who built the barn, but the guy who turned the barn into a house was kind of a DIY guy. He brought in contractors and stuff, but he kind of, did what he wanted with the house, came up with the ideas for the designs. And then my folks were DIY on it too. They would fix it how they wanted or change things around and stuff. I was talking in the last episode about how we often painted the inside of the house when we were kids. It's this house. So now you know a little something more about me. But anyway, so here's the exciting thing that happened is the son of the original owner who turned the barn into a house. So the original house builder and owner stopped by today. He has stopped by, I think, 3 times in all the time that, I've been involved in this house. And he just occasionally comes to town for a meeting that a get together that he comes to. And occasionally he thinks about coming up to the house. And the last time he came by was something like 5 years ago. And we told him he's welcome anytime to come by and look around, look inside of it, because it was his childhood home. And I understand, wanting to go see the old place where you grew up again. So he's a very nice fellow. And he had promised us last time, 5 years ago, that he had pictures of the house being built, that he had, his mom had kept a scrapbook of photos, old black and white photos, little photos, these tiny ones, of the build, and the property before it was what it looks like now, and the neighborhood before it's what it looks like now, because this was the first barn turned into a house that was put on this road. Like it used to have a different address because it was the first house that was put on this road, and then things got built up and its address changed and stuff. But anyway, he came by on Sunday and he brought the scrapbook, and I was home, and my husband was gone, but came in before he left, so he got to talk to him too. And he sat down with me, and he opened up the old photo album, untied the strings and pulled out the pages, and the pages are all yellowed. They're that kind of a cardstock yellow. It's not the sticky ones. It's the one where you had to put the little corners on to hold your photos. And he brought photos and newspaper clippings about this area and the house being built. Like, here's the road before the road was paved. It was just this dirt lane, and here's what the trees look like. And there's a couple of shots of like snow, the trees in the winter, and there are a lot of cherry trees, so the trees blooming and stuff. And it's all written underneath in his mom's handwriting, her cursive, and she dated it. She did great. I am terrible about photo albums, and I am so grateful that they had this photo album of the house. I'm so grateful that he took the time to bring it to us, and that we can keep it and make it a part of this home for when it goes to the next person. They'll have its history, basically, which I just feel really grateful that he came by. So thank you. You know who you are for coming by and giving us this great gift of the history of the house that we live in. He told a couple stories too about about who was involved in the building, and it sounded like it was quite a wild time. So okay, I do want to ask you a question here at the end. Now I'm at the end. Do you keep photo albums? Like, I am not good at that. I have a couple that I keep thinking I'm going to get back to, and I really want to build them. One, I want to build one just on the house, like this is what's planted in the yard, this is when whatever was upgraded and that kind of stuff, so that like when whoever gets the house next, there'll be a whole, here's all you need to know about it. You don't even have to talk to me. I want to put that together with photos and stuff. But I also have family albums that I haven't put together very well. I kind of did some a while ago, but I have not kept up with it. And most of my photos are digital, so I haven't taken the time to get them printed off to create, here's what happened during these years. And honestly, there are years when I don't think I was taking many photos because it was kind of after we were using film cameras. I'm old enough to use film cameras. And before I actually got a phone that took photos, because there was a while when cell phones didn't take photos, y'all. If you're old like me, you know that. But in that time, I think we did get a digital camera, but I didn't take a lot of photos. And anyway, so I've gone through several computers since then, and hard drive and thumb drives. And so I know there is a kind of a chunk of time that I may not have very many photos at all of family, other than maybe an occasional birthday or a Christmas or something. But I've tried to be more diligent about taking more photos once I realized that I was kind of missing photo time. So I do have some that I should print and put into photo albums. And I'm just wondering, do you do that? Do you do photo albums, or do you use any of those photo printing sites or something like that? Let me know in the comments, and maybe that's something I'll add into my things I need to do. I mean, it could happen. I'm not going to happen soon, but it could happen. It could happen. I could get organized. So, okay, maybe. Now I've gone over time again, so I'm going to stop. But anyway, thank you for stopping by. Happy Monday, or whenever you find this. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. It's going to be very hot here, so we're just going to be trying to drink our lemonade and keep cool. I hope you stay cool, too, if you're in the heat. I hope you stay warm if you're in the cold, and I wish you all the best. Bye now.